Hello everyone, and welcome to Thornquill Audiofix. I'm your host, Thornquill, and I wanted to start this channel off with a bit of an introduction. If it hasn't already been apparent, this channel is dedicated to audiobook-style readings of My Little Pony fanfiction, and the first audiobook I'll be releasing is Lost and Found by Cloudy Skies. I've chosen this story for my first reading because it and its creator are closely tied to my journey as a creator of media. Back in 2012, I started off like a lot of fans in this community, initially dismissing the show, wondering why one of my favorite actors from Star Trek was involved in such a ridiculous franchise, and eventually trying to come to terms with the fact that I really enjoyed the episodes. After the conclusion of Season 2, I started to encounter fanfiction on DeviantArt during the hiatus while looking at other show-related art. Up to this point, I knew fanfiction existed, but I didn't know there was a word for it, or how extensive such works could be, and Lost and Found was the first truly epic MLP fanfiction I became engrossed in. Uploaded in August 2012 and completed in September that same year, Lost and Found was in process of creation for much longer than that, and a true labor of love on the part of Cloudy Skies. Reading his thoughts on the creation of his fiction, it's clear how much of the writing process he was able to explore while telling us a story of two lost ponies. Adventure fics aren't the most popular fictions to write, at least as I see it. They're usually longer, take a lot of effort, and demand intensive world building and creativity. Although Cloudy Skies was not the first to attempt something on so large a scale in the MLP fanfiction community, his fictions certainly employ certain tropes so well that it is safe to say he has directly influenced how adventure fics are currently written. His employment and mastery of character, storytelling, and world building are what make this fiction so enduring, and if fanfiction can have classics, Lost and Found is certainly one of them. Finally, this reading is more than just an audiobook of a fanfiction I happen to like. In many ways, it's also my way of saying thank you. This community of fans has been one of the most positive impacts on my life over the past few years, and I finally decided that I wanted to give something back, to contribute to the community that has produced so many fantastic works centered around one of our favorite shows. I'm no good at art and music. I'm an English major with a fondness for theater, and that does limit what I can do in terms of fan art. I also love audiobooks and audio dramas, and I finally decided that while I can't produce full-quality dramatizations of some of these works, I can do this. So consider this a thank you to what I consider one of the best communities out there. I also want to thank Obabscribbler. If you don't know who she is, she's probably one of the best producers of fanfic readings, dramatizations, and comic dubs out there, and you should definitely look up her channel. When I was trying to decide if doing fanfic readings was something I should dare pursue, her videos convinced me that it could be done well, and what techniques I could use to do it well. Finally, I want to thank Cloudy Skies. I've already mentioned that Lost and Found was one of the first truly great fanfictions I ever read. Before that, I was convinced that fanfiction had to be the absolute lowest form of art, a purely derivative rubbish heap of cliches and bad character analysis that couldn't possibly be entertaining, let alone meaningful. Cloudy Skies showed me I was wrong on both counts, and he punched a gaping hole in what I later realized was a mentality of bigoted elitism I didn't even know I had acquired from my academic career. And I could not be more grateful for that realization. He wrote another fic, one that actually helped me identify my own purpose in writing, and I hope to read it one day once I get better at reading Rarity and Pinkie Pie. I know that Cloudy encountered a lot of stress in participating in this community, and that he has since most likely moved on to other things. I don't know if he'll ever know that I made this, or that his writing had more of an impact than most people might think fanfiction has any right to do. But, if you do notice this, Cloudy, consider the following reading my thanks to you, in the best way that I know how to do. And so, without further ado, I invite you to join me in this reading of Cloudy Skies, Lost and Found.